Recording in progress.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to another episode of the Unpaid Regulars podcast. We have a little special treat for you guys this week. To celebrate 20 episodes recorded, we're going to go back and listen to some of our favorite moments. This week's episode is going to be from episodes 1 through 10. So it's going to be excerpts from some of our favorite moments from the first 10 episodes. And we had so much fun going back and listening to and watching the different bits. And we hope that you guys will enjoy listening and watching as well.
Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, when I was going through these bits, no lie, I was lying in my bed. It was midnight. I was going through these bits and I woke up my wife giggling because I was crying so hard. My body was shaking. She was like, "Oh, wait, are you having a heart attack? Are you convulsing? Are you dying?" And I said, "No, sweetheart. No, baby girl. I'm just watching the Unpaid Regulars right now."
I'm just laughing at myself.
I am full of it.
No, it's a good time. It's been a heck of a ride. 20 episodes down. We've had so much fun. I just want to say thank you to all the listeners who have jumped on this little train with us and give us support, and we're really appreciative of you guys. And these are some of our favorite moments. I hope you laugh at them as hard as we made ourselves laugh at them. So without further ado, Trey, actually, I think you should open that door for them.
Take
open
it away,
that door for those people.
Without any more ado, please enjoy. We didn't name the episode.
It's episode 21, I think.
Please enjoy episode 21.
Unpaid Regulars.
Sex ed was self-taught, and that didn't go very well. I taught myself using TV, but we didn't have cable, so that wasn't very good. I remember watching a show, and this guy, on the show said, "Hey, so this morning I woke up and I had a huge epiphany." And so I thought that an epiphany was an erection. And I was like, that puts language to what I've been experiencing when I wake up in the morning. And so, like, one time, this is a very true story. My dad decided to have the talk with me, and he said, "Have you ever looked at porn?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "What happened?" And I said, "I had a huge epiphany." And I was like, "That's normal, right, Dad?" And he goes, "No." So like for the next 6 years, I walked around thinking there was something wrong with me because
It's not supposed to be.
because every time I got a boner, I was like, "You stop it! Get back down! You weird!"
You got to think about how
Shaming
how
your boner.
your dad had a conversation
That's
with
funny.
your mom that night. They were lying in bed. And he's like, "Yeah, Trey said he watched porn and had an epiphany, a religious experience watching porn." I don't know.
He got the one thing men don't get, which is clarity.
I mean, thank God we have like 17 other children.
We're going to write him off.
It's like,
Oh my gosh. I kind of like the idea of shaming yourself for getting an erection or an epiphany.
yeah.
The thing is, you can reference it as an epiphany through the rest of that set. You could, every time you bring up an erection, you're just like, every time I had an epiphany, I just shame myself.
Ooh, and then I can say like Jennifer Aniston, she gives me an epiphany.
I've gotten a couple epiphanies.
Waka waka waka. A couple epiphanies.
Get a couple epiphanies.
Got a pocket
It's
full
on
of
and off.
epiphanies.
Epiphany. Nope, not anymore.
Pocket full of epiphanies. That's good. Got a pocket full of epiphanies, dude. Oh, that's fun. I don't know if you're going to keep going on the epiphany. Mm-hmm. Is it cool if we bounce back to the sex that was self-taught?
Oh, yeah, please.
The first thing that came to mind was sex that was self-taught, and there wasn't a VeggieTales for it, which may be a good thing. But like, I kind of thought of like, what would a VeggieTales sex ed thing be? You got vegetables. You got Larry the cucumber. So I don't know, the idea of like
Larry the cucumber.
You relied your
that would
knowledge
be
was
amazing.
Bible Man and like in VeggieTales was your video source for learning things. And so they never talked about. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that could be some fun, a rabbit trail that to test.
I think that's perfect. They didn't have a VeggieTales for that. They totally could have.
They could have.
Larry the cucumber's right there.
That could be the whole joke. That could be exactly what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing you should try and fit in at some point is say raging epiphany.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you could, if you have a set later in the thing where it is the real definition of epiphany, but it also could be like could be seen as both. Like it could be like a set ender. It's like, and that gave me a raging epiphany.
A raging epiphany.
I don't know. That's a great idea.
No, I love the idea of watching, having to like pick up context between VeggieTales and Bible Man.
What's going on here?
To figure out sex.
Unpaid regulars.
Mitch, I feel like you have a ton of hot takes.
I have 0 hot takes. They're all They're all very boring. Do we say hello, by the way?
Hello.
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 You had the weirdest hello.
There we go.
Question. Trey, hit us with this might be a terrible idea. Hit us with a long hello. I'm going to harmonize to that note. You're going to find that third. You're going to find that third note.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. And the podcast listeners have turned us off. We can see
And
right
we
where they
lost
dipped
all
out.
4 of our
And
subscribers.
6 seconds left.
What's that? Yep. Our mothers. They stopped listening? Well, that is big news.
Hot take.
Evan's grandmother.
Still listening? That's the
Still
problem.
mad. Still listening just to
T.O.'d.
just to get the latest goss on Evan.
I would really just love to apologize to Grandma. That's my whole episode today.
Grandma, I swear to God, I'm so
I am
sorry.
grateful. That does remind me of a story, though, of Grandma's house.
Uh-huh.
Just came back to me. Maybe it's the third shot talking. We played a game when we were kids. This is a real game we played in her gravel. They had a huge gravel driveway, massive. We would line up 3 on this side, 3 on this side. You couldn't move. You could not move. That was the game. It was like Battleship. And we would chuck rocks as high as we could and try to hit each other and be like, ding, oh. And I'm like looking like we were hucking them as hard as we could, as high as we could. And it was just like, and we called it like gravel battle, and it was like, and
That's like, such a dumb kid
and
thing.
when we grew up a little bit later, like, hey, I was like, we threw rocks at each other like hard, as high as we could.
I mean, we
no one
gravel
ever
battled.
No one ever got hit.
Yeah, it's more than throwing rocks, Evan.
It's gravel battle.
It's a game of strategy.
Throwing rocks
You
is for
actually
low
just have to
lives.
like hide behind. Like it's like you could do like a real person battleship. You get the shed involved. Somebody standing on this side of the shed. You just hear oh, and then you have to throw the rock and guess where they're at. Play with blindfolds.
Make you play with a freaking ghost. Yeah. Have to make you have to make ghostly noises.
Like
It's gravel battle, folks.
yeah, Hasbro presents Gravel Battle.
The game of ghostly ghouls.
Just ghostly ghoul.
I'm trying to think of a G word for rocks. Ghostly ghouls and gravel.
That's pretty GGG.
GGG.
Dude, those game commercials as a little kid.
Oh my gosh.
Gave me hard-ons.
Nothing would
too aggressive.
Nothing would get.
At least you were also a little kid.
Evan, you need to apologize to your
Because
grandma
you still
again.
had that problem.
Sitting there watching watching little cans get shot over with a brick wall in the background. Like, oh god, I need that
They
Nerf gun.
always had a brick wall and
Yep.
a stack of cans to knock over.
Always
They made
knocking over
Nerf
cans.
guns look so much cooler than my experience.
Gosh.
Unpaid regulars.
You know, it's kind of weird when you walk into like a really, really nice gas station.
Yeah.
That's a little off-putting.
Yeah.
When it's like bright lights, the bathroom is really nice. They have some fruit. Like, what the hell? What the hell is this place?
But the thing is, you always get back in the car, and the first thing you say is the first thing every time is, "That place was kind of nice." That's
Oh, yeah.
every time. If there's any sort of decent gas station, that's actually a pretty good gas station.
Was
Wow,
it nice
that
for
was
you?
kind of-
You asked your wife. Was it nice for you? Yeah, it was really nice for me.
The bathrooms were clean. Yeah, no graffiti. That's great. That's how common it is for gas stations to be not good.
Back home where I'm from in Oklahoma City, it's Quick Trip is the name of the gas station.
Okay.
That's like the luxury. It's like Target. It's like if Target designed a gas station.
Really?
Like if it's like
Ooh.
it's like if Home Goods designed a gas station.
I kind of. Wow. That's never even
It's a
heard.
whole experience.
That's a
yeah.
market that could be tapped into. Home goods gas stations.
Home gas.
Yeah, home gas. It's gas for. It's like they got charcuterie boards instead of crappy sandwiches. And they, like the refrigeration section is way better. Nice wine. That's a good idea. How can we make gas stations better? The one that I went to that was nice, kid you not, was called Big D's. It's called Big D. It's in Nebraska. It's called Big D.
Was it a trucker gas station though, where they have like
yeah,
showers and stuff? Yeah.
Yep.
So necessary.
Ooh.
You've never
Say
been to a shower
less.
gas station, Mitch?
I don't think I've been to a shower. I've driven my fair share because I drive a lot I used to drive a lot from LA to Sacramento, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I was ever in a gas station shower situation.
I don't know if
No?
California has the luxury of having places like that because
Bummer. I'm missing out.
Might be more of a Midwest thing. I
yeah,
don't know.
it's Midwest are like, oh, we take care of our stuff. Where California would just be, it wouldn't. So
Is that the stereotype the Midwest has?
Midwest, no, that's
they
my
take care of their
stereotype of
stuff.
Midwest.
we take care of
Oh,
our stuff.
we take care of our.
We don't have anything, but we take care of it.
We're proud of our state.
The second we get something, let me tell you.
We don't have
We don't
nice
be
buildings,
nice.
but have you been to our gas stations?
You've been to our gas stations. We take pride in
They're
our gas
nice.
stations. We got nothing but corn, but our gas stations are good.
There's like scales in the bathroom.
Yeah, yeah. You have to pay 99
Motivational
cents. You have to pay-
posters.
You have to pay money for it, which I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, I don't understand who's ever needed their weight in a hurry.
Do you have $1?
I need quarters right now.
That's a great point. Why the hell would you ever pay to weigh yourself? What? That's so weird. Sir, you,
Like,
you,
honey,
do you have a quarter?
do you know why we're short on rent this month? Yeah, I weighed myself a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
I told you we got to invest in our own scale.
Honey, I've run the math. Okay, I've done it so many times. The amount of scale weighs per dollar, we don't weigh ourselves enough. It doesn't make sense.
he brings home a scale. He's like, dude, 2 months, the thing's gonna pay for itself.
I made
I'm
an investment
investing in the future.
He made an investment. Oh my gosh. This is going to save us so much money, babe. I don't even know where to. Hey, you get those nuggets. You know those nuggets you almost didn't buy? No, you get them. You go back and you get them.
Tonight we eating good.
We're eating good.
We can switch to scented candles. I know you hate the unscented from the dollar store.
That's the
You want lavender?
saddest
You got lavender.
thing. You can switch to scented.
We're not gonna have a scale bill anymore.
We're just chopping things right in half in this household. We bought a scale.
What's next? Solar?
I haven't looked into it. Still out of my price range a little bit, but we're still looking into it.
We're building a self-sustaining home.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
We grow our own wheat.
We are.
We harvest sunlight and we weigh ourselves.
We can do it now for free. He's like, hey Jimmy, come check this out. Step on that thing. Step on it, and watch what happens. It's
Oh,
going.
I would, but I don't have any money.
Oh, that's the thing, Jimmy. Oh, that's the damn thing. Step on it. Watch what happens.
Are you sure I don't want to put you out?
No, just do it.
I know it's expensive.
No, it's not. Just Jimmy, step on the damn thing. 300. You got it. Shit, son, you got to lay off that beef.
I'm still fat.
Man, thank God you didn't pay to find a number like that. Oh my God. Yeah, paying to find out that you're out of shape.
He's sadly putting in quarters like, please be good. Please be good. Get on the scale like, damn it. Shit. Still fat. Go to the
Oh man.
like a sad guy at a casino. Like, this time I'm gonna win. Can I get 4 more quarters, please? Get this last dollar bill on the
Sir,
counter.
this isn't a
Sir,
game.
are you sure? This is.
Sir, you weighed yourself 20 minutes ago.
Just give me the
What
quarters.
has changed?
I walked around the lobby a couple times. Give me the damn.
I wore layers. I'm sweating it out.
I
It's
ate
all
baked
water
Lays. I ate baked Lays for breakfast today. I know I've
fans-
lost some weight. You just hear from she hears from the cash register. God damn it!
Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! He comes out and just buys all the junk food as fast as he can. It's not even worth it anymore. I'll take the Funyuns. Hell, Donatees too. Actually, we always called the donuts Donatees growing up, so that's why I call them that. Donuts.
Donatees?
Always called, it was like a fake name that we called them, but I've never not called them Donatees. Like, let's get some Donatees. Yeah, anyway. That was a fun. I like that.
Unpaid regulars.
I don't even
I
have a
love it.
story yet, but I know a story that Trey has that I love for Trey.
Trey, do you know it? Do you have it?
The poop one?
It's the poop. It's always the poop
Oh.
one.
Okay, go for it.
I mean, it's your average pooped in the river in front of my friends and his family story.
Did it? Yeah, well, we would love to hear it.
Yeah.
You're
I was like
typical.
18 or something.
Oh, this is much older. This is much older than I thought.
Yeah, that's the-
I was
you-
like
you hear
4.
poop
That's
in a
cute. That's cute when you're 4.
You got to be under 10, right? I mean, 10, maybe 10 is okay.
Okay, so you pooped.
I was
Okay.
like full grown, like an adult. And,
could vote.
And literally, we went out to the river. Like, okay, so it was my friend's friend and his family.
Okay,
keep in mind, Trey can vote.
So
Carry on.
I could vote and buy tobacco products in Oklahoma at this point.
Great.
And they're like, yeah, you can bring Trey along. We're going to go out to the lake or whatever. And which is super nice of them to open up their little vacation.
Yeah.
It was like someone's birthday or like a getaway or something. We're going to drive an hour away to go to the lake. And we get out there and all of a sudden I have to poop like really bad.
Yeah.
And I asked my friend Dakota, I was like, hey, is there a bathroom around here? He's like, dude, we're in the middle of the lake. There's no bathroom out here. I was like, what do you do when you have to poop? He's like, dude, just poop. It sinks to the bottom. That's what he told me. He told me it sinks to the bottom.
Your friend wasn't good at science.
He's like,
Did
just
not
poop.
know.
He's like, I do it all the time.
I like how he has so much experience.
eating?
And your
Okay.
friend is also 18-year-old. 18-year-old man.
Oh, yeah.
He's just like, yeah, I poop in lakes.
We're all, yeah. He's like, it's so normal.
Saturdays for
Like,
pooping
because
in
he
lakes.
made it so, I felt stupid for even asking. I was like, well, obviously I'm going to poop.
Yeah.
And the lake is going to sink to the bottom, and be fish
Yeah,
food
it's,
or whatever.
everyone's gonna be fun.
So I swam out a little bit, but I believed in him so much
Yeah.
that I didn't even feel like I needed privacy.
You're like not that far ashore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Like,
right.
I think I was
We're gonna
making eye
walk in it.
contact with the mom or something. I was just like 10 feet away from the boat.
Oh, you didn't? Did you denounce it? Did you say?
No.
Oh, that's even
Yeah,
worse.
I mean,
Because I
that's
didn't want them
way
to, I didn't want
worse.
them to know. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna poop. It's gonna sink to the bottom. We're gonna move on with our day. There's 0% chance that we don't just move on with our day, and it's a normal lake
Right,
experience.
because poop sinks.
Because poop sinks.
Yeah.
So I literally swim out a little bit, and everyone's like doing whatever, eating sandwiches, whatever, and I just like let it go, and I poop.
Oh.
And dude, I literally shit you not, like this poop floated back right up into my face. And the friend of my friend's little brother goes, "Oh my God, Trey, did you shit in the lake?"
Oh my gosh.
I literally was like, "Huh?
Oh,
This shit?
maybe I did. I didn't think I was pushing that hard.
I mean, we kind of all did, right? This could be anybody's."
I mean, show of hands. Anyone else who pooped right now?
What, did you poop?
Yeah.
Oh, that must. I was swimming over here.
Throw the first stone.
Question, can I ask?
If you've not today shat in this
Come on.
lake.
Yeah, drawing a line, putting your finger, drawing a line in the water.
Did maybe this isn't a good question. How, was it solid?
Oh,
Like,
I don't
was it
even
like-
remember. I blacked out. I was so embarrassed. I don't remember. But the story's sadly not over.
Oh,
because
no.
because he drew everyone's attention to me.
He had to.
As only
I-
a little brother can.
I did not have the decency to lie and be like, I have no idea, guys, and at least give them like a reason to doubt, and be like, oh, probably would. I mean, it could have been, but we'll never know. They knew immediately. I was like, Dakota said I could.
Did you ask Dakota, like, was Dakota like,
No,
dude, I
I
can't
was
believe you
too.
believed it.
I just was like traumatized.
Was it
I couldn't-
Dakota as in like,
Oh, you know
Dakota?
Dakota. Yeah, Dakota's gonna listen to this.
Yeah.
and
Dakota.
He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
He's our
too.
buddy.
Yeah, shout out
Dakota's
Dakota.
our.
He remembers this story.
Gosh, I need to
so,
talk to that guy.
So yeah, he just
Dakota
wasn't. He
couldn't
wasn't
forget this
great at
story.
science. He was a track star, but I don't think like physics was his thing.
Dakota, good on. Cheers to Dakota for that story. Hey guys, to Dakota.
To Dakota.
Dakota.
Sadly-
We should, yeah, let's
Johnson.
Cheers that. Let's cheers that.
So
Cool.
So then, as if the day wasn't bad enough and already embarrassing enough, we like move past that. I'm like, the worst part of the day is definitely behind me.
Mm-hmm.
So we go up to this cove where there's a rope swing with a cliff that's like 20 feet off the ground, and you can flip off of the rope swing and do flips into the lake or whatever. And I was amped to do it because I had the day before jumped off a 60-foot cliff into water.
Oh,
Yeah,
goodness.
like
Much too
cliff
high.
jumping's a
Much too
thing.
high.
In South Dakota, there's literally nothing
Much
to do
too high.
except jumping off of cliffs.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
a lot of people do that onto flat land there. Because it's South Dakota. Continue. All right. A little dark.
This was
All right.
like their practice grounds.
Right. Yeah. Like,
This
once I get the courage,
is there.
I'm gonna buffalo jump. I just got to get to a certain skill set, you know.
Yeah, that's literally that's dark.
Wow.
So I literally, it's my turn. I get up to the rope. I swing and I hold on to it for a second too long, and I guess it was wrapped around my hand or something, and it snaps my shoulder out of socket, and I scream bloody murder the whole way into the water.
Oh.
I come up gasping for air in like an excruciating amount of pain, and everyone's laughing at me because they think that I was just screaming because I was scared of the heights.
Oh,
or
this is so fun. Oh, yeah.
And I literally go, I can't swim. Which we're reinforcing all kinds of stereotypes. I'm like, probably this is South Dakota. I'm probably the blackest guy they've ever hung out with.
Yeah. Black people can't swim and they poop in
And they
lakes.
shit
Well,
themselves
I don't know
away.
much about black people.
Literally, I was not.
They hate heights.
Dude, I was not representing the
Boy,
team
do they
well
poop in lakes.
at all. So, yeah, so literally they had to come get me, and my shoulders just like hanging
Oh,
out. Of socket. And then they were like, "What do we do?" And I was like, "I don't know." And they're like, "Can you like pop it back in, like you know, like a football, like a football movie where the guys are, "Are you ready? It's gonna hurt, son." He's like, "Do it, coach." Like, that's what they thought was gonna happen. But I was like, "Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Don't touch me!" So we had to drive the boat across the entire lake, get in the car, and drive home to like this guy's house who
Wait, a guy's house?
It was a guy's
house?
A guy named Brad.
All
and he
right,
knew about
hospital.
Shoulders.
Brad?
I know,
Do you know any Brads?
He
Just a random Brad.
They were like, I don't know this kid's parents, but just based off I'm sure he does not have insurance. He definitely does not have health care.
Oh, man.
Pretty steep correlation between people that poop in lakes and people that don't have insurance. It's one and the same.
100% correlation. So, in fact, that's why they go to the lake to poop.
They also don't have functioning plumbing.
They can't afford to. Yeah.
You don't.
So
The nice thing is you kind of don't have to wipe.
what?
Okay, yeah. There were
would
two
you?
questions I had about that.
Yeah. Do maybe that's a
No, well, okay.
needed
So
topic
we'll
of
let you
discussion.
finish because you're at Todd's house.
You're at Todd's house.
Yeah, Todd or Brad or something like that. And then he gets a bed sheet and he just like very gently puts my shoulder back in, and I was so relieved. And
What did the bed
my
sheet have to do
friends, he like I don't know tension or something. It was weird. It's probably witchcraft.
What did he? How did he do it? Did he wrap it around your?
I don't remember. This was 12 years ago. I just remember he put me on his kitchen like island counter.
And you were like, this is such a nice...
That's
This
literally
is
what
such a nice island.
I may have been molested. I'm actually not sure.
Trey, are you okay?
Did
Did the island have wheels? Trey, what did the wall color look like?
Yeah, I don't know there were bed sheets involved, and he told me not to worry that it wouldn't hurt that
He
bad.
just left you with a stranger. He said, "We're gonna pop it back in real quick." I'm like, Trey, we're uncovering a core memory right now.
This is where I discovered.
This is the R-rated version of Inside Out or whatever, where a fifth character comes out, or like a sixth character comes out of the brain.
Yeah, it was super normal. He said, "Take
I'm
your pants
trauma.
off, get on the island. I'm gonna pop your shoulder back in." It was totally kosher. It's how we do it. So you're on an island.
So yeah,
You're on an island.
He very gently lays me down.
Yeah.
Covers me with the bed sheet.
Shh. He says, "Shh, it's okay. It's gonna be
Touch
okay."
my lips a little bit.
It's gonna be okay.
Make sure I was okay with it. I was.
I
in
was.
the immense amount of pain, as most of these.
Anyways,
Anyway,
yeah.
moving on. We're past this. So yeah, my shoulder was back in, and my friend's dad was there to pick us up.
Right.
The family left.
Oh.
So
They went back to the lake.
yeah, no, they were just done. They were over me. So literally for years and years, like a decade, I was like, I wonder what that family thinks about me because I just ruined their little weekend getaway. And then, okay, so then quarantine happens. You know, COVID comes, and I'm playing Call of Duty online with Dakota. And he's like, hey, my buddy Luke's gonna hop on. He's like, you might remember Luke. He was the little brother. He was the little brother of Austin who was there the day at the lake.
Oh, that's great.
And I was like, oh, he probably doesn't remember. I was like, hey, Luke, do you remember? He's like, oh, yeah, we all remember. We talk about it.
Oh no, that's a topic of discussion every time we go to the lake.
Literally, to be
At
a
least we
part,
don't have shit boy here.
literally, like, to be a part of that family's history forever. I am enshrined in the Hall of Fame of bad vacations they
Yeah,
took.
you had your poop float to your face.
Yeah.
You dislocated your shoulder.
Like when things go wrong on their vacation, like, hey, at least it's not a turn in the lake, am I right? Hey, at least it's not poop boy
I probably made them a little
dislocating
racist.
his shoulder.
Maybe
They're a little prejudiced.
You know, you
because
also
of
gave
me.
them something that they gave them a good story. And that's valuable. They're going to talk about it all the time. Clearly, they still do.
That's worth the prejudice.
That's worth the prejudice. That's worth it.
You can be prejudiced
You know
as long
what?
as you have a good reason,
You've
a good story.
You've given them a good reason.
As long as you got a good beginning, middle, and end.
I mean, if an Italian came with me on my family vacation and ruined it, just blew up the whole thing.
Yeah.
Shot in the lake in front of my wife and children.
Shat, dislocated
his shoulder.
potentially molested on an island in a kitchen.
And just let a homeopathic doctor have his way with him in a kitchen. I would probably not invite more Italians to my vacation.
All right,
that's how it works.
that's it.
It's called boundaries. It's not racism. It's just
Boundaries.
boundaries to one specific people.
Unpaid regulars.
I wish that I liked hunting deer, but I just care too much. I love animals so much. Everything looks like a dog to me. Like deer to me, like when I see a baby deer, I'm like, that looks like my dog, you know? And I'm like,
especially your dog, it's about the same size.
my dog is the same size as a deer.
Yeah. So that makes more sense.
But yeah, basically just talking about how I don't like. I tried to get into hunting. That's why my dad got me a slingshot. And I was like, I can hunt critters with this. And then I walked up to an armadillo.
Point
And I was
blank?
like, I got him. Yeah, this is true.
But did you do it point blank?
Yes.
You just walked up to him. It wasn't like from far away. It was like a
No.
Oh my god,
Dude, have you ever used a
execution
slingshot?
style? Yeah,
It's
slingshot.
extremely
They
hard.
go far.
Extremely hard to use. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna do this. No, because it was literally because my uncle told me I needed to practice on critters. He's like, before I take you deer hunting, you need to kill some
way
critters
worse.
first.
That's way
And so
worse.
I was trying to prove my manhood to my uncle, who was a Marine, and he was so masculine and so manly. Like, man, I really want to go deer hunting. So I got the slingshot, and then I got a pocket full of rocks, as you do. And one day I saw an armadillo, and I walked up to it with my slingshot, and I was like, I can't believe how close I'm getting. This is amazing. Like, this is going to be a kill shot for sure. And then I pulled it as far back as I could,
Oh my
like,
gosh.
a foot from his face.
Oh,
As the armadillo was like, man, I can't wait to make a new friend
I'm just
today.
like, I can tell this guy loves animals.
yeah.
Surely he's not betraying who he really is just to prove some stupid point. and I did. Yeah. And so then I shot it, hit it straight in the head. Eyeball started bleeding.
Oh, buddy.
I started weeping,
Yeah.
ran into my room. The armadillo took off. I'm sure it died. There's no way it survived that brain trauma, but
Goodness gracious.
hey, wild times in Oklahoma, man.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, statute of limitations, man. I can't go to jail for that.
Hey, fair enough, man.
It's
Fair
been too long.
You can't go to jail for that. Nope, not today.
That is
And that's when I realized, I probably
Yeah.
wouldn't enjoy doing this to a deer. I
No,
probably
see,
wouldn't want to shoot
that's-
it in the face.
Can we open up the conversation now? Is that cool if we about
Yeah,
it?
I'd love to hear your perspective.
I would love to, just because I would love to. I thought the same thing about hunting deer. I thought it was going to be super sad, and it is. If you as a hunter, if you think it's not sad when you kill it, I think you should actually go get checked. I think you should probably get checked for your brain waves and make sure you're not going to start serial killing people. But because it is sad. But then I've heard some really great arguments for hunting deer, and it's like the deer is going to die in the worst way ever. It's gonna get hit by a car and have a bunch of broken, its hind legs are broken. It's gonna get eaten by wolves. It's gonna get stuck in a barbed wire fence. A bullet is the fastest, most humane way for an animal like that to die. So it's like, well, that's an interesting point. I will say, it is very sad. Like, it is sad. But critters, I don't know. I have more sympathy for an armadillo than I do a deer. And then when you start talking
Oh my
to
goodness,
ranchers
yeah.
and farmers, like, there are thousands of deer. I don't know how many armadillos there are. There are so many.
There's thousands.
probably like
Thousands.
3.
Okay, then you're fine.
There's only 9 armadillos.
Yeah, they're endangered. That's whatever.
And you killed one of them. Trey. Good job.
Murdered one of the Oklahoma armadillos. But like
That's the name of our football team,
there's
actually.
so was it actually? Yeah, you killed your mascot.
It would be.
It would be the armadillos. Every time it's brought up, you're like, oh my god. But it is sad killing animals. It reminds me of a story when I was in 4th grade. There was a crow who had a broken wing, and me and my buddy felt bad for it. We need to take it out of its misery. But all we had was that. All we had was that rocket launcher Nerf. That Nerf rocket launcher. And in our minds, we're like, if we pressurize this thing enough, it's going to do it. We shot a crow 20 plus times point blank with this dude. And it was so mangled that we were like, okay, we got to just put out its misery. Then we got a shovel and started hitting it on the head, but we were too scared to hit it hard, so it didn't kill it. It didn't kill the crow. So this crow is like, just like, and we're like, oh my gosh. We were like panicking because we're sweating, because we're trying to do this humanely. And so we dig a hole for the crow, and then we like bury the crow alive, and we're like, and then all of a sudden, hundreds of ants start crawling and go into our hole. And so we're like, oh my gosh, now that crow is being eaten alive by ants. And it was the saddest thing we never talked about.
Dude, you were the misery.
It's just like, oh, sorry, buddy.
I love how
swift
you were like criticizing Trey for being like, you slung-shotted armadillo.
Well, I think it sparked a core memory I'd forgotten about. I was like, oh my gosh, I tried to kill a crow with a Nerf gun.
No, you didn't try to kill it. You tortured. Like, you should have been hired in Guantanamo Bay for what you did to that crow.
I know that's what's so terrible. It was like, oh, we in our minds, like, well, we don't have anything. Like, what do we have? And we had, honestly, I don't think there was any major malice towards that crow. We felt terrible. Oh my gosh, that just sparked so many.
Dude,
That is the saddest thing I've ever heard.
tortured a crow to put it out of its misery.
But like, really, genuinely, we were trying, and we like at the end of it, we should just get a shovel and hit it in its head, and we didn't have like the mental strength to do it.
Okay, wait. How old were you at this age?
I want to say
Was
we
this
were
another,
young.
18?
No, we were young elementary school kids. I mean, we had Nerf guns. We didn't have like any other thing to do it, so it was in his
Wait,
backyard.
hold on, but
probably
so your first-
second grade. So young. I mean, that's pretty little. That's pretty
Your,
little.
your first approach was to
Hit it with
nerf it to death.
Hit it with a giant Nerf.
It's
rocket
Nerf
launcher.
or nothing, baby. It's Nerf or nothing.
Thank you, Mitch. At least but it had like all the. It was one where you like, and you put a lot of pressure into it, and we just did it so many times until it was like that should do it. And I don't know. When you're a little kid, you're like, oh, ghosts are real.
I love the idea.
I can kill something with a Nerf gun. You know. Oh, gosh.
The idea of you pumping it for like the 16th time, being like, "Oh yeah, no, don't worry.
Okay, this should do it.
Gonna get it.
I put a lot of effort in this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, for sure."
All right, well, just make sure you hit the head. But dude, yeah, that is. I do remember vividly the ants. That's like what I think the thing that I remember the most is like, oh, the ants.
That's something out of a horror movie
It is.
for that crow.
It was just
That
like
crow's like, dude, I just had a broken wing. It would have healed.
I wasn't even. Yeah, he wasn't even.
I would have been fine.
I
was
had a
taking a
doctor's
bath.
appointment tomorrow.
Unpaid regulars.
Then Hamilton was the same way. Sorry, I realized I distracted from you because I wanted to talk about Hamilton. But the same thing is like I didn't know how it ended. And so then when Aaron Burr comes out, he's like, oh, I shot him. I was like, you bitch, you just spoiled the entire thing. And the weird way my brain works is I spent the entire rest of the play trying to forget that he said it.
Wow.
I was like, oh, he didn't mean really shoot. Oh, he didn't shoot to kill. He just shot him in the leg. Like I tried to convince myself that it wasn't what he said it was. And then obviously it was. And
he killed him.
He killed him dead.
Killed him. Should be dead. Isn't that crazy?
my brain
One of the most crazy
forgets
historical
everything.
stories, dude. Just like two guys mad at each other.
Yeah.
Just go shoot each other.
Beefing it out.
Beefing it out, but like, like on a golf course. Like the idea of a pistol duel back then, it's like going to the golfing range on a Sunday morning.
Oh yeah.
Just so weird.
Like it's like the equivalent today of like a parking lot punch out or something, you know.
Yeah,
Well, no,
but
even
more
that's crazier.
fancy.
These
It's got more
standards.
class to it, though. It's not just like, hey, well, his shirts aren't just flying off and wife beaters being shown. And it's like, we're going to meet under this part. There's going to be a man in a top hat holding a towel. I don't know. It's pretty interesting history.
We both signed a contract for this, so we're cool with the outcome.
This is fine. Well, all the times duels, I didn't know this, but like sword duels back in the day, it was actually just the first person to draw blood. It wasn't always like death. It wasn't always getting killed, but it was just like there was actually very gentlemanness to a duel. Not the last duel.
like,
That's
"Ha-ha,
completely different.
I bested you.
I've bested. Yeah, exactly. It's like, ow, my arm.
Ow, God damn it. Okay, fine, you win.
God,
Take my wife.
Dude, you have a Band-Aid.
Jesus.
God. Hey, buddy. Hey, sharpen your blade next time. That thing is rust. God. I'm gonna get tetanus. I'm gonna get tetanus.
I haven't
This
gotten
is
my
great.
shot yet, buddy. Thanks a lot.
They haven't invented tetanus shots yet,
This
you
sucks.
asshole.
Gosh. Yeah, you have to walk with just shame, having a little cut on your arm and. Aha!
Your wife's like, what's that from? Like, oh, nothing. It's
Nothing.
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 By the way, if another man comes and lays claim on you, you have to go with him.
Unpaid regulars.
really want to hear you do the Make-A-Wish Foundation
See,
joke.
so I told
Oh,
that
I
to Gabby, and she was like, "I think that's too dark."
I don't think so.
Gabby has never told me
You,
that.
you told one about okay, no. Comparing that joke to the Jesus joke you told, this one is light gray.
The Mary,
yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
This one. What do you think, Mitch? The one where the freaking you tell it. Like I love that idea of like you've already met Peyton.
There's the.
Is this the one with they like survived?
Yeah,
and they're like, you owe us.
Yeah, it's Make-A-Wish kids who survive.
Yeah, that's
it's dark.
It's perfect. They have debt collectors, dude, who put them back in their state. Like the idea of
I
that
had this
is
idea where he's like, I was I was supposed to die, but I got a miracle. I actually got healed, and they're like, yeah, I should have died, or something like that.
Well, if you put the scenario where it's like
you can't say that.
If he was like, weren't you in a wheelchair last time I saw you? Yeah, no, I was. I got better. It was really cool. Yeah, that was cool. I mean, I don't know. It is dark, but I think you maybe don't dance on it.
I think there was something when you said like the miracle, because last time I was like, yeah, I got a miracle. Like meeting Tom Brady. Isn't that kind of a miracle? Like tickets to your whole family to Disneyland? Sounds like a miracle to me.
The idea of them being the mafia of children, like the idea is like, we did our bargain. You were supposed to die.
It would be like when
you were supposed to die. That was the deal.
That was the deal.
And so,
see, okay,
Piper's coming to pay. You know.
So if there's a way that you could
mafia.
say that without saying you were supposed to die,
no, why?
But if there's a way you could get that point behind, I feel I could be behind that.
I feel like you could just say it. Like if you just said you were supposed to die. Like that's funny. But
here's the thing. It might be funnier if you add some time to it. So it's like they're 30. Right, so it's not not a joke about a kid needing to die.
I'm definitely thinking of like a 12-year-old.
No.
Okay,
so that's why I'm like, this is rough.
This guy is like, he's married, has a family, he's established, he's like got a great career.
He's confused
45.
Like, when they show up, he forgot all about it.
It's like a looper.
Like, do you know who I am? He's like, no. He's like, 12 years old. You remember what you were doing? I was battling leukemia actually. It's like. Oh, doesn't seem like you're battling anymore, are you?
Listen, I don't have much time.
I think that's what.
Gotta make this quick.
Yeah. And so then it's like he's just hinting towards. But again, I'm not even fighting for. Like I'm not even saying I should do it. I'm saying I was hot on it. I thought it was funny.
So funny.
But then I ran it by the person who literally thinks all my ideas are funny. I can't even trust her anymore. And she said, I think that's a little dark, babe. Oh. And then I feel like a piece of shit.
I think there's a way to play through.
It's like if my wife can't get behind me.
Here's the joke though. Is
she's
like,
booing me.
We all know how great Make-A-Wish Foundation. There's a way to play it. We all know how great Make-A-Wish Foundation is. The joke isn't necessarily the kid. The joke is making Make-A-Wish Foundation like there's a dark side. Like it's more we're looking at it's like there's always something.
Right.
Like it's like if that was the joke, if you built it up about like you always got to read the fine print, and it's like I'm worried.
No such thing as a free lunch.
Yeah, it's like I'm worried for the fine print of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Like, what happens if they survive? What happens if they get a miracle?
Or what if it's not that they have to die, but what if it's like their sister agency is called Take a Wish? Yeah. And they just have to they have to go.
It can be less dark. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like they have to live out one of their greatest fears or something.
Or so what's one thing you really want to do? Oh, I'd love to go to Venice. You can't. You'll never go to Venice. Okay. That's it. That's it, dude. It's like, I'm a little bummed, but that's the price you pay. It's the price you pay. He closes the door.
You can't.
That's all he says. There's actually no follow through. Just you can't. All right, you have a good day. What? What?
God bless.
Promise me you won't go to Venice.
Promise me. Look me in the eye.
You met Peyton Manning. You should have died. Now you're alive. You got 3 kids and a banging hot wife. It's not fair. Don't go to Venice.
We won't.
All right, I won't.
Will you know?
Venice.
No, we won't know. We would just very much like you to not.
You can't have it all.
You're too much. You wrote a book about surviving. You make royalties off your book.
We felt sorry for you. We prayed for you at our church.
And you got better.
And you're thriving. Me? I've got lung cancer. You're smoking a cigarette right now. lung cancer.
Someone's got to pay the price, bitch.
You think they do Make-A-Wish for 45-year-olds with bald spots?
Listen, you think I want this fucking job? This is how I get my wish. I gotta do the dirty work. Shit. Oh my gosh. I want to go to Venice too.
He's just like, will you take me with you?
Okay, here's the deal. If we go now, they won't know. Pack your bags. We're going to Venice. He's super paranoid the entire time. Oh, they know. Oh, they know. Oh, they know.
Oh, I've never been on the lam before.
We shouldn't be doing this. Should we be doing this?
He leans in to kiss him. Like, dude,
I don't know what's going on. Take a wish.
take a wish.
I like that. The take a wish is such. The fact that it rhymes. The fact that it's.
Yeah.
You could. I like the idea of not making it so severe. Just like taking away his dream vacation.
You can't.
You can't. You can't. It could be pretty funny and less dark.
It's just a premise.
It's a premise. I think it's good though.
Just a premise.
I just love the idea of just the premise of the kid like, you made it, and then just being like, we can't have these kids keep surviving. We're losing like.
No, I love it better if it's just some guy who followed him his whole life.
Yeah.
He's just like, he was a super fan of this kid.
Yeah.
He
donated so much.
Yeah, he gave a lot of money to
He
make
gave his
Wish.
last life.
And he just watched this kid like continue to grow, go to his dream college, marry his crush. Like,
He pulled money out of Apple stock to give to him. You have no idea what I gave you. I gave you life. I would love to see that on stage.
I'm much more on board with Take a Wish
Yeah.
than I am with
Then you were supposed to die. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely way more.
Yeah.
That's the lighthearted, fun
Version of
side
it.
of it.
yeah, okay.
That you're like, yeah.
See, I'm glad we talked that through.
Yeah.
Guys.
Unpaid regulars.
Brought up about everyone knowing that Jada loves Tupac more is the perfect segue into going over our bits, if you guys are down for it, because I actually do have a joke that's very similar about my wife and how she's bald.
No way.
No. But yeah, she told me this story when we were engaged, I think. And she's like, okay, now that we're engaged, I can finally tell you something. I'm like, I'm not married to Kim Kardashian. Finally.
Okay, Trey. Now that we're married, I can finally tell you the truth.
You see Mitch get off the Zoom call, come through Phil's door and slap me. Keep my sister's name! Like, I totally get it. Do you want to stay for the pod, though? It would have been so much easier if you had just recorded.
You could have done this the whole time.
Here?
I am Barry Allen.
No, so she said, yeah, now that we're getting married, I can tell you this. I journaled when I was a little girl that I either wanted to marry Jake Gyllenhaal or a black man with a tiny afro. And I was like, that's crazy. I'm the black man with the tiny afro. And for years, I was like, that's like from the moment, like she was a kid,
Yeah.
like she knew somehow we'd be together. Like we've been soulmates. But then like, I don't know, 2 years ago, I had this realization, an epiphany, if you will. Jake Gyllenhaal was her first choice.
Yeah.
I'm her backup plan to Jake Gyllenhaal. Here's the thing. Jake Gyllenhaal is still out there.
Here's what you do, Trey. Don't worry. You just slide the DVD Brokeback Mountain into the player, and you'll walk away. And then you spike your hair just a little bit and come back into the room.
Get your fro comb out.
Yeah.
Give it a little volume, not too much.
Jake's
Got to keep it small.
Jake's just not into you, babe.
It's not your type.
But the joke being, well, so that's the premise. But then kind of going on with it, it's like, I think we all have irrational fears, right? And then maybe I ask someone, what's an irrational fear you have? What's the craziest fear?
Oh, do you want me to be the audience here?
Sure, be the audience. What's the craziest fear you have? That's irrational.
Losing a loved one.
No, that's rational.
Oh, rational.
Yeah, it's very rational. That could happen
That is
today.
really real. I'm like, irrational fear. I'm like, one time somebody
I don't know, being immortal? Is that irrational?
Is that irrational? Irrational. Right. That is very irrational. No.
I hope that's what the crowd person says, because then I'll say exactly what I just said.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mitch, do you have an irrational fear? I don't know if I do.
I mean, I don't know. Well, the
Spiders.
ocean, but that's pretty rational.
That's real too, yeah.
You guys are saying
I'm always
real things.
Okay, orange juice.
you know
Orange juice scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, I'm afraid of my
that's not
penis
real.
falling off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Orange juice for me.
My
Good luck.
wiener falling off.
Good crowd work.
It's just completely derailed this.
This is
Gotta
why
be ready for
Guys,
this.
we're
Right
supposed
hook,
to
right-
Don't ask audience member stuff.
Hey, let's take it from the top. Irrational fear. I'm not going to bring my family members into this.
All right. We all
What
have
are you afraid
irrational
of? My
fears.
wife dying. Orange juice. My penis. Oh, shut up. Everyone shut up.
Okay, I
I
got
regret
one.
this so much.
I got one.
It's the last time I tried to do crowd work. Okay. We all have irrational fears. You, sir.
I do.
Oh.
Just in the very back, like really far back.
You, sir. What's your biggest irrational fear?
Oh man. I can't think on the spot like that. Maybe ask that other guy. He seems like he knows.
You, sir, do you have an irrational fear?
Yes.
Would you like to share it with
Just like, if he has a trench coat, you can't talk to him, okay?
I would never have called him out. You sir, next to the guy in the trench coat.
He's wearing a trench coat, no pants. You see his socks and shoes.
You. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay,
I'm my own
irrational fear. Okay, I got one. I'm just gonna say a simple one. Go for it. Spiders really scare me. I don't know why. I'm really scared of spiders. Like that they're gonna crawl in my mouth when I sleep.
All right, yeah, sure. A little rational.
Right.
Could happen.
Boo.
Here's my shut up. We're doing crowd work. People are just amazed that I'm saying anything at all on the spot.
That's true.
Okay. So,
That's
okay.
valid.
My irrational fear is that one day I'll see a shiny car drive up into my driveway, and the door will open, and out will walk Jake Gyllenhaal. And he'll knock on our door, and he'll be like, Gabby, I heard that I was your first choice. And she'll be like, yeah, and you still are, Jake. And then he'll carry her off my porch, and no one will feel sorry for me.
No.
I'm like, when I tell them my wife left me for Jake Gyllenhaal, they'll be like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even at church, like, people are going to take his side.
Yeah, I mean, he is Jake Gyllenhaal.
And then when I raise my kids, I'm like, yeah, well, your mother would love to be here for your birthday, but she is living the high life in Hollywood with Jake Gyllenhaal. And my daughter be like, I get it.
Well, I'm surprised you still have your kids, to be honest.
You think that
I think they'd be
Yeah,
with Jake Gyllenhaal.
I
You think he'd
definitely
take everything?
pictured her leaving with 2 babies.
You guys are making this way sadder.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's irrational.
She would take
We might as
the
well go all the
dogs.
way.
Uh-huh.
She would take the truck.
Yeah, it'd be a country song called Jake Gyllenhaal My Wife Away. That would be the...
Oh,
There it is. There, yep. Mm-hmm.
Jake
With
Gyllenhaal, my wife away as I Jake Gyllen stalled at the door.
It
Jake
would be
Gyllenbald. There you go.
very...
That's a Jada Smith joke at the same time as well. All right, go ahead and continue.
It would be hard.
You-
Not impossible
Yeah.
to ever watch Strangers again. Is that what it's called? The Strangers? Strangers? The Jake Gyllenhaal movie where he is the kidnapping?
There's gotta be a more recent Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
Ambulance.
Strangers.
Ambi-LA Ants with Michael Bay.
Oh yeah.
Phil, you love this movie.
Freaking
What was Prisoners. Oh, that's
Guys,
a
can
good,
we
yeah.
redo that?
Oh no, that's the workshop. I love it. That's fun.
Whoa. Phil, cut that out.
That's staying.
And then I would say something like, it would be very hard. Not impossible. And then I'd pull out his best movie, whatever it is. What's his most well-known movie?
I think Prisoners is a good one. Or
I mean,
God damn it.
I don't know. Maybe Brokeback?
Mysterio?
in the Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean he was in Spider-Man. He was
But
good
that's
in
not like
Spider-Man.
his movie though. I
Yeah.
would say
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you said Brokeback Mountain, is that too weird?
It feels like it's a joke on top of a joke, and then
Yeah,
people are looking
it's
for
too
the
much.
gay joke, and there's no gay joke. It's
Yeah.
the thing of like,
Why
it's
is
a
it the
movie
only
that's so
movie that I
good
know that he's in?
I will watch it, even though this guy stole my family.
Yeah.
How about Day After Tomorrow, huh?
Oh, that's the one.
That's perfect.
That movie, that's my nightmare.
I feel like that's even
gave me
older,
more
though.
nightmares than, I think I told you guys this before. That movie gave me more nightmares than any scary movie ever. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
I
real
never
as
want to
hell.
watch that movie. I never want to watch
The
that movie.
weather?
Yeah, when it chases him down.
Can't
the
control
halls.
that.
I like
The
that
weather is
idea.
very real.
The idea of like loving someone so much, like it's like, or because it's like, is there like a music artist that would be the same thing? Like, but it's like so. The idea I'm thinking is he takes your wife away, but his music's so good that you listen to it to get over your wife.
Okay, so you're saying that I should lie?
Yeah,
You should
on
fake
stage.
it.
Oh. No, I'm kidding. No, actually, I do like
Jake-
the idea of
I like
it
Jake
doesn't
Gyllenhaal.
have to be Jake Gyllenhaal. The reason that Jake Gyllenhaal's funny to me is because it's
true.
Yeah.
It's Jake Gyllenhaal.
She's
Yeah,
told
yeah.
me
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal
There's weight to that.
or you maybe if that doesn't work out.
Yeah, I think an artist would definitely work. CeeLo Green.
Dude, have you? I think the question I have, like, if you were gonna expand on it, is, have you talked to your wife? Like, do you ever bring it up?
Yeah, no, I told her this joke.
But I mean, like, even like when you watch Jake Gyllenhaal movies with her, is it awkward?
I don't. No. Okay, you guys are gonna
that's my
think that I'm
question.
being funny. I'm not.
Yeah, go ahead.
I actually scroll past Jake Gyllenhaal thumbnails on Netflix.
You see it in advance. Okay. All right. Get past
It's
it.
a real insecurity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we've been married for almost 5 years now, and it's like I don't want her. You know what I mean? Like I get it that obviously there are guys out there who are the Jake Gyllenhaals, the Justin Biebers, the Captain Americas of the world.
The CeeLo Greens.
I would say Chris Evans is.
Chris Evans.
Yeah, is a.
Like I understand fully
Sorry, Mitch.
that biologically and on every level, he is a better. He is a better specimen of a man than I am. I just don't want to hear my wife acknowledge that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't want to see her acknowledge it.
Yeah.
I just want to live in my own world where that maybe isn't true. Where, you know,
Unpaid regulars.
a natural disaster is my worst fear because then you have to make all new friends. You know what I mean? Like the beginning, it's like, so every natural disaster movie is like this crazy thing happens. It could be a zombie apocalypse. It could be a tornado. It could be
Very
whatever.
natural.
You're all of a sudden stuck with the people you're with who are random strangers it's an unlikely group.
Right.
An unlikely group of strangers is trapped in an elevator. And then you have to like get their backstory.
Yeah.
You have to listen to them talk about their whole life. And to me, that would be the worst part of a natural disaster is being trapped indoors with people who you have to make it work with.
Like you actually choose death. You're like, okay. You see one guy, he starts talking. Listen, I'm gonna kill myself. I don't care that you're an accountant. That's great for you. I'd rather die.
This is like the worst part of every first date I've ever been on, but zero chance of banging you. So
Right, it's not even for
I'm
sex. It's just for survival.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
that sounds
The
awful.
worst part.
I do like that idea.
That's the
Or
whole
just
joke.
like inevitably, no matter what disaster, like, there's gonna be a point where we have to sit down and have to talk. You're gonna stare off into the sunset and start crying, and I can't handle that right now. It's like I don't care about your dead dog or your kid. I don't know what it was, but I don't want to hear it.
And it's gonna be the person who you hate the most at first,
Always,
right? Because then you have to have the conversation where I finally see their humanity.
yeah. You
And
just
I'm
shoot
like,
them.
and
You just
it's
shoot
gonna
them
be-
before they start.
Because it's me in this movie, it's going to be a racist person.
Oh, I was
gonna be a
definitely
Klan
thinking that should
member.
be thrown in there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Klan member who's like, he's like, yeah, well, you know, it's just like I got beat up by 9 black guys, and they're the only black guys I knew, you know. And then I thought, well, I just hate all black guys now. And then, and I'm gonna be like, I see where you're coming from, Steve. And he's like, but then I met you, and I don't know, you changed things. For me.
You're different, man.
You're different.
So I'd like you to have. He just hands you his clan outfit.
It's his hood.
Yeah, no, but it actually comes in very vital for some part. For some part, you have to hide from the monsters that are weirdly white and have pointy heads, and it actually saves you. The clan hat saves you.
I blend in with the cone-headed monsters.
It saves your life, dude. He sacrifices himself. He's like, take it, and he gets eaten. He gets eaten by the monsters, dude, and he saves and you blend in with the monsters.
It's like my brown eyes through this.
You're just watching it get torn apart by these white-headed monsters. Yeah. He's like, you changed me, Trey.
I wore that costume so you would die. Now it's time for you to wear it so you can live.
That's so funny. The only thing I pictured there is like if they're like aliens or monsters, they're all like, we're doing this, and you're like, yeah, all right, yeah.
It's actually not a good disguise at all. It's just me with the freaking.
I just like there's the tears through the mask, just like the single tear. Even though you're a clan member, we still connected in the end. Oh my gosh.
I'm just glad that I became part of your Ku Klux Klan. In here.
Yeah, after the monsters have gone away, you're like holding him. He's like barely hanging on.
He's like, I guess you could say at the end we're all part of the clan.
Hey, yeah, that's actually he never leaves it. He just invites you into it. He's like, do you want to be a part of it?
He's not like renouncing racism. He's just inviting me into his racist group.
You're half white.
Like, oh, so you didn't learn anything from this?
Yeah, he says at the very end, he's like, I see your white side now, and then he fades away.
Just do the handshake. I'm like, I don't know the handshake. I won't do the handshake.
Trey, come closer. Come closer. Can I say the N-word one last time? No, man. No, you can't. Absolutely not.
For old time's sake.
Come on.
Just
I won't use the hard ER.
Like in a friendly way. Like, you were my... No. Just still don't want you to say it.
Just like...
You gotta let this one go.
Come on, man. It's in all the rap songs you like. You don't know that about me. You don't know I like rap music. That's not a fact.
But do you? I mean, yeah, but...
On his deathbed, we get an argument, and it just further entrenches him in racism. It's like, you guys are all the same.
You're all the same.
I was right in the first place.
Yeah. He just dies. Big
roll credits.
Doubling down on racism.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
All right.
A Spike Lee joint.
And with that, we should sign off.
Yeah.
I'm Trey Ellis.
I'm Evan Pearson.
And I'm Mitchell Mack. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.